Hi everyone, welcome back for another pick a card session. This one is going to be on love. The last one was on a question, a yes or no question you wanted to ask the universe. This one is going to be on your love. So this is an intuitive reading, so you want to let your intuition guide you. You're going to pick 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to move them around though, because I want you to instinctively choose your number, 1, 2, or 3. And let's begin. So we've used 3 different cards to give us a nice perspective, and I will bring out clarifiers for it. So let's begin. We have Rejoice in Celebration. This is the 3 of Cups. It's the energy of joy. We have the Princess of Cups. And hello, we have the 6 of Cups. So this clearly is talking about someone from the past who has come into your life or you into their life. And listen, it just seems to be surrounded by joy, by celebration, by happiness. Let's bring in the crystal vision and let's clarify a little bit. We have the King of Pentacles, so potential Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We have the World. We have the 3 of Wands, beautiful. And look at this, we have the Lovers, card of Gemini. So, we have the King of Pentacles who is coming in some way, offering a cup of love, offering their cup of fulfillment. If you decide, which I have to be honest, I don't see anywhere here where you're trying to make a decision. I feel immediately it brings you a sense of joy. We want to remember the Princess of Cups. She receives this unexpectedly, but feels very welcomed by it, right next to the 6 of Cups. So, someone that we have very fond memories of. With the Lovers above that, someone that we have a connection to. So this could be the one that we say, you know, that one that got away, or the one that you fantasized about your whole life that you hope to come back into your life. It looks like it's going to happen. It looks like it's happening. Listen, I feel like for some of you, you're seeing someone again of the past. And by the way, you don't necessarily have had to have a romantic relationship with them, though there was definitely a connection. So I feel like around some type of celebration for some of you, you see this person of the past. And I feel the connection is almost immediate. So, you know, I feel from the get-go, we move ahead. Especially with the 3 of Wands connected to the World card, we move ahead with this. I feel like this is someone, as the King of Pentacles is representing, is someone who is strong in nature. I feel like financially, I want to say secure, but at least on their way, they think about their foundation, they think about their money. So this doesn't feel like anyone is coming in where I would need to there warn you from. I feel quite the opposite. I feel like this person, again, being represented by this King of Pentacles, does not have to be an earth sign. It is talking about a connection, right? A connection that I had felt. And in some way, again, I feel like how you come back together is through some type of celebration. Now, this might not be physical, right? This can be a friend of a friend is getting married and the invites are all sent, you know, by text or by email, and we see each other's names. It can happen in the strangest of ways because the world represents our spirituality, right? And our spirituality along with our earth body, let's say, and the ability to walk in peace with both of them. Well, that would certainly explain why this feels like a very high vibrational relationship, but it is. So, for some of you, get ready, because someone of your past that you have fond memories of, or vice versa, is about to connect with you, I feel unexpectedly, and I feel like this is something that goes forward from the get-go, right? Doesn't mean that we move in immediately, but that connection does not break afterwards. It may, I don't have swords, so I don't even want to say communication, but I want to say that immediately the flame is lit, and the flame will not be put out after that. So congratulations to whoever you are. This is kind of, my story kind of went this way, so I know it can happen, and it just seems pretty clear. Let's just pile all of them over there. Okay. Let's go into number 2. We have prosperity begins. Beautiful. We'll take it. We have the 4 of Swords. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Potential Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn again. This is a healing period. And whether you are the Queen of Pentacles, or you're just being represented by the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like here, this is talking about a period where you've gone through some serious healing. And I feel spiritually. I feel mentally. Your thoughts, you've gained your thoughts again. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is thinking about her future, and has allowed this healing process to take place. And therefore, here is this promise, right? This promise is being made, but allowing oneself to go through the healing process. And by the way, let's remember this healing process talks about the 3 swords of pain that are coming down towards us, right? But there's one sword that we're laying upon. And I feel like that is our own recognition within a situation or situations, okay? So we find her in a very good place. Let's bring the clarifiers out. We have the 4 and the 1 together, so that's 5. It talks about change, some type of change that is about to begin. And I feel like it's beginning because the healing process is coming to an end. Lesson learned, that type of thing. It's funny, I'm seeing within prosperity begins, I'm looking at the hands and the connection of the hands, because this is about love. It's almost like the tree of wisdom, tree of knowledge. I'm noticing the peaches. And first thing I think of is Georgia, but what it's talking about is the pit. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 4 swords coming over the 4 of Swords. Maybe 2 people who needed to go through this process, allowed themselves to go through this process. We have the Unknown card, which a lot of times I feel like is the High Priestess. But we may not be in tune. I feel like she herself going through that dark night of the soul. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Five of Swords. Wow, all swords here. Oh, we have two cards. We have the Eight of Wands with the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory. So let's look at this. So we open this energy. We don't open the energy. We open the energy with prosperity begins, which is the Ace. But above it is the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is energy of looking back at something emotional. Chances are a lover. And looking at how the cups are all spilt, right? I'm looking at the sorrow of this relationship. I am in no way thinking about the joy or any of the happiness that we had, right? So I'm already in a solemn type of mood. But with the Five of Cups, what it really tells us is there's two cups, right? We have 5 cups. We can only see 3. 2 of those cups have yet to be found. That means it's down the path, right? It means it takes you to stand up and turn around and start walking towards the future. How? How do I do that? Well, it tells us that we need to go through the Eight of Cups energy to reach this Ace. So, the Eight of Cups talks about being willing to, it's like a different perspective. It's like a non-judgmental perspective of our emotional house, of our love life, of the things that have gone wrong. We're not looking at it in a way where we're feeling the pain. Actually, it's about healing it. And the only way I can get to the healing process is to look at it, right? See it for what it truly was. Sometimes it's merely that people get together at a young age and, I don't know, sometimes it's too soon. It doesn't mean it won't come back around, right? It kind of feels like that energy. So anyways, it feels like this break, this time period of maybe being alone, feeling alone, but in reality, what's going on, because I'm allowing it, is a healing process. And I feel like this is for 2 people. I mean, the 4 swords on top of the 4 swords. Number one, that you recognizing that you're going through this healing process, that you even needed to, right? That you recognizing that you are laying on one of these swords. And that is how you get your emotional house in order, right? You're realizing that you're thinking in a negative sense, and therefore that's the type of energy you tend to stay in. So this is advice, I feel, of how you get to victory. So you look at that emotional house, right? What does the healing process allow you to do? Well, it brings you to the 5 of Swords. So this is about change. And we kind of knew that going in, that there was about to be some change here. This is about walking. This is about, healing myself. And within healing myself, it brings me to the realization that sometimes not everyone or everything that I surround myself is good for me, right? It can in some way lessen my prosperity. Maybe it never allows it to come in. So the 5 of Swords is about walking away from that type of energy, that holds you down, however you want to put that. Let me shut this window. I hate to shut the noise of the birds out, but I don't know what someone's doing out there. So anyway, we have you walking away. And so then we move up to the High Priestess, right? Who is in the dark, right? She's above this Queen of Pentacles head. So I feel like she is about to take a chance, because I feel like even though she's gone through this healing process, she's at the 5. And the 5 is really the beginning of what's next, right? My next journey. We know the prosperity is on that path, but I don't feel that she quite knows that. Maybe she's thinking it. Because I don't feel like her intuition is at 100% here. But neither should it be at this point, because she has, I feel like she has to, it's almost like her lesson is now to be able to take a step, take a chance, because I feel like something, well, I don't feel like it, I know it, because with the 8 of Wands, which is right under this queen, okay, male or female, I don't care. Your sign, it doesn't matter. This is about someone who is thinking about, I want to be rooted. I want to feel rooted. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to be rooted in a certain place. I want to feel rooted within myself, right? Because this is what the healing's been about. So something is going to happen pretty quickly for this Queen of Pentacles. And with that brings the 6 of Wands. This new energy that comes in for her, or that she meets along this new path, right? She takes that step. Even though she's not clear about what's next. The healing, though, has taught her that there are things that she had to let go for this ace to truly even show up. I don't even think she's thinking about the ace. So anyways, as she's really not thinking about anything, some type of energy changes. And what it does, it's almost like a planetary action, because it puts her in the energy now where before people weren't getting me. I would say something and it was like I was speaking Japanese to them when I'm English. You know what I mean? I'm like, why aren't you hearing what I'm saying? It just feels clear as day to me. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this middle reading, but anyway, I felt like you're about to change gears, and now you are coming into a period where, you're going to meet a lot of soulmate type of energy. A lot of people who get you, who understand you, who follow your belief, right? They follow your belief system. And, but with that, I feel like you're taking a chance. I feel like I have to take a couple more on this one. And I want to take it right over the Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like this is you, whoever you are. If you pick 2, again, it's not about what sign you are. It's about the energy. 9 of Wands. So this is about focus, right? This is all about the focus, but this is about experience also. So this is, it's like I think about my younger life and the things that I put up with that now in my 50s, I would never put up with, right? That can only come with time. That type of wisdom. And I feel like this is the type of wisdom now, and I'm feeling past lives with that. So for some of you, I don't know, it's like an eagle eye type of focus. I'm going to take one more in that. 4 of Pentacles over all those wands. I feel like part of the sword you're relying on, I feel like what it's taught you is not to be combative, and like not to hang on to only your perspective, Okay, we're going to get any more cards. So, I don't know. Maybe this is talking about the love of yourself, right? Getting yourself to this point. And then, well, look at that. Look what flipped itself. Just when I was ready to give up. Just when I was ready to say, okay, well, maybe this isn't a love reading after all. The Four of Wands comes out. Not only the Four of Wands, but the Four of Pentacles was right before that. So we have two fours, right? We have two fours here also. Interesting. 4444. 8888. I don't know. Interesting. I find it interesting. Anyway. So here's what I feel for this queen. I feel like she's been in a period of time where the healing process has been taking place. I feel like her equal, whoever that person shall be, right? Because remember, we got to kind of release control and just kind of flow with the universe, right? Because sometimes we try to control it. Sometimes that Four of Pentacles can talk about hanging on to like only my ideas, not being bendable. But nonetheless, this feels really good. But she had to go. It just seems like these two people had to go through this process, especially to come to the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is the commitment card, right? This is where I am ready to commit myself to you forever. This isn't like, let's go on a date. This is, no, you have my heart and I have yours. And it's just a real beautiful type of love. Soulmate love. And it's quite beautiful. So, I feel like when the queen is done with this process, then something quickly happens. And clearly, it must be talking about partly this person, right? This person may be, fire and fire here. So, they are your ace. You are their ace. Equal. Remember, there's a lot of equalness here. So, very like-minded. I like this a lot for you guys. Okay. Let's move on. I apologize for the noise outside. But what can I do? Alright, so pile 3 got an extra card. So let's see why. We have Solitude, number 9. This is the Hermit. Card of Virgo. Could be. We have Recognition and Reward, which is the Three of Wands? No, Pentacles. We have the World card. And we have the Eight of Wands. So again, we have very fast-moving energy. And let's look at this. And I feel like someone has been spending a lot of time almost like with their head in the books. And I don't know that it has to be physically your head's in the books, or, you're doing research online. You're learning. What are you learning? You're learning how to use your spirituality on this earthly plane, right? It's not just about figuring out who I am and that, I am soul, I am spirit. It has to do with this foundation, right? So it has you in the energy of learning and learning about yourself, but but not just yourself. I mean, it's learning about the world. It's learning different beliefs. It's whatever it is for you. And when you look at the hermit, normally the hermit is either going into the cave or emerging from the cave. You know, I don't think learning is ever done, truly. Our spiritual learning continues for the rest of our lives, and beyond, I think. But anyway, so I feel like someone's purpose here, or as they emerge out, I feel like their words become important to the rest of us. So I feel like this is someone who's about to begin something, about to, maybe you're writing your own book, you're telling your own story, or your perspective of what you've learned. There could be a collaboration going on here. But, you know, it's probably like epiphanies came to you, like a lot of different epiphanies coming to people of, you know, those ideas of like, like, where'd that come from? But then you listen to it, and then you follow it, and then you chase it. You know, that's just kind of meant to be. 9, 10, 11, 12. Nonetheless, I feel like, you know, maybe this is taking you 9 years, I don't know. But what has this time period been for you? It's been about learning. So just like the last, like PAL 2 was about healing, you are here, or this time period for you is about learning. Why? Because life is about to change. Here's the World card. And it may be sooner versus later. Now, I want you to keep yourself very positive here, because this is a very positive type energy. It's almost like you are now ready to speak to the world, or the world is ready to hear what you have to say. That type of energy. I feel the energy of whatever it is you bring to the world, it responding very quickly back to you. So it feels positive. So, you know, comments of I loved it, or whatever it is you're doing here. All right, let's take our clarifiers. I love how this is kind of talking about you first, like in the first, I think in the last reading also, talked about you first and then love. You know, I feel like you've been humbled, and that's a word I feel like I need to use. I feel like you've been humbled, and it's a good thing. Okay, we had some cards flip over. I don't know when they flipped over. Let me give one more shuffle. See if anything else has flipped over. No. Alright, look at this. We have the Tower, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles. Let's put it above. So the Tower. So what brings you into the energy of solitude? Again, the Hermit. What brings you there? The Tower. Something destructive. Something that was unexpected in your life, right? It's funny because this change that's happening, and once it happens very quickly. And I feel like the Tower was the same type of energy, something that happened, and it could have been like losing your job, whatever it is, it kind of puts you into the energy of the Hermit. So what I like about this is, number one, it's a 9, so 9's about the reflection. So you took the time to reflect over this Tower, to understand it, right, at the root, right? Not look at it judgmental as, look at what you did to me, but actually at the root of this Tower. You know, through that 9, you took the time, or, you know, you had the desire And why? Because you have the Seven of Pentacles right next to us. So that's the energy of what's meant to be. I feel it's seeds of intention that have been planted. And I love this coming over recognition and reward, because it's like harvest time. But what does Seven of Pentacles ask of us? Patience, right? So people hate when I say this, but I feel like what's ever to come could never be unless this tower had existed. So it's looking at it in a different way, a different perspective. You know, I just thought of something like, I hate to bring religion to anything, but like, you know, well, let's not even bring religion into it. But there's just different perspectives, and I feel like it gave you the opportunity, even if it didn't feel like an opportunity, to look at it from the roots. Now, and I feel like you learn from this. You learn greatly after this tower, during this tower. Could be the coronavirus, that type of thing. It puts you right where you need to be. Right where you start to develop your own creativity, right? Whatever that's going to be. And then the purpose of it, to then bring it to the world. And the response just feels perfect, if there is such a thing. Okay. What is going on with this deck? So now I have the Hermit, who also reversed itself, but then lifted itself. I mean, this deck has its own mind right now. So, look at that World card. Now we have two Hermits on the board. So one of these is probably a Virgo. It's a lot of Mercury. It could be a Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon. But nonetheless, this is connected to the world. So even if it's just you, it's what you've learned, right? Is part of the next part of your life. We have the Empress. We have the Two of Pentacles. I think we'll go down here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So I have to tell you one thing. I feel like here you are in the decision mode, right? And I almost feel like it's almost laughable. Like, yeah, like you think you get to decide this. I feel like this is almost like you just got flow here. Like once your life starts to change, flow. Go with the flow. Because I feel like your question, I don't know. It's almost like, how do I say this? Not your question is silly. But let me put it this way. What's meant to be will be here. And so whatever you've been through, you were meant to go through. That's the bottom line. Anyway, so you have destiny here, right? And why I'm saying all that is because it's like, to me, this is like a trip, right? I started the tower. I got to understand the tower, the Seven of Pentacles, right? I got to understand that's part of my soul's request and then my soul's growth, right? How? Because it pushes me into the Hermit. Some can call that the beginning of the dark night of the soul, but you emerge from that energy as the light, right? As the light. You know, you are now, it's like you're going through, you know, you are some type of divine light to this world. It's like going to school, learning how to be that light, right? And then you emerge and you are that light. You just are, right? And it's funny because I can also look at this another way. Then you enter into the world. How could you not? It talks about your spirituality and how you manifest from that energy. Quite beautiful, right? Some of you have the Empress energy above. Some of you, this may be a mother whose hand is in all of this, and I'm talking spiritually, that type of energy. But I'm also looking at the Hermit and then the Empress as, how do I emerge? I emerge as the Empress, right? So I'm about to give birth to whatever it's going to be. But it feels like part of destiny. And I feel like for some of you, it may change where you live. Or it happens right in your own home. I feel like it's one of those two things. Like this Two of Pentacles, any type of question, I feel like is silly if you're listening to your intuition. Because the answer is like right there. Look at that. And then we have the Sun. Sun is illumination. The Sun is brighter days coming right under the world. Coming under the energy of the Hermit and the Empress. And it coming back to you and back to you and back to you, right? The Eight of Wands. As I'm in the Sun, as I put that forward, it comes back to me. I put it forward, it comes back to me, right? This just feels like a really beautiful time. And I don't know, have we even talked about love? I mean, when you're in the energy of Sun, you're in fulfillment, like full fulfillment, like you are spiritually aligned. And we have the Two of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I almost feel like I should have just stopped the reading. Because I just don't feel like these fit. And I think this is where I'm going to leave your reading. So, as it relates to love, what it's talking about is just something very important within yourself. And it can only take this Tower to bring it out in you. Unfortunately, or fortunately, you know, whatever it is, but it gives you, not just you, but it gives a world a different perspective on you. Some of you, you know, may be turning into mothers, and you're ready. You know, it's like you're ready. You're ready to do that. Others, is moving you. But listen, I feel the one thing I want to say here is, if you flow with the universe through this energy, you're just going to end up right where you're meant to be, and that is the Sun. That is the Sun energy. And how can great things not just happen there? So, we're going to leave that. Oh, and that was it. I did all three? Wow. That seemed really quick to me. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. I really like talking about love, but I have to say it was just more about you. And usually when it's about you, that just means it's preparing you, right? Preparing you for the best. Because what do you want? You want the best, right? You don't want someone half-assed. You want someone full and steady, and right? So the universe helps you get there, right? Because whatever energy you're at is what comes back to you. For some of you, it's just like, this is your time. This is your time of life. For many of you, like, this is your time of life. It doesn't matter what your age is. This is your time of life. Maybe you thought you already had it. No, it's just begun. So allow it. Whatever the advice was. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your donations, keeping the channel alive, your personal readings. All the information is below. You must have patience for that. You just have to have patience. Otherwise, I'll refund you, because, you know, I want to give you the best that I can give you, and that takes me being very calm. So, thank you for that, for your trust. Thank you for your subscribes. Welcome to anyone that's new. I hope that you enjoy the channel. Check it out. There's a lot of different content. But beyond all, I love you guys. I know that you'll find what you're looking for. Just be willing to take the steps. I love you. Bye-bye.